Welcome to this rather festive edition of the Whiskey Burn. My name's Jay. This is my whiskey den. 4.5 weeks till Christmas. Thought we'd best start getting in the spirit, as it were. The 12 Whiskies of Christmas, Part 1. Stay tuned and I will explain all. So, the 12 Whiskies of Christmas, Part 1. What do I mean? Well, here at the Whiskey Burn, there are 4 more Fridays until the big day. So, what we're going to do is the 12 Whiskies of Christmas, Part 1, then next week, Part 2, and then the following Part 3, and then we're going to have my top 3 Whiskies of 2024. Exciting. So, Part 1, 4 Whiskies, Part 2, 4 Whiskies, and Part 3, 4 Whiskies. Now you might be thinking, great, that's 12. Well done, Jay, you can count. 3 times 4 is 12. And there's 3 Whiskies here. There should be 4. There is, it's back here. What I'm going to do is split up Christmas. So you've got Christmas Eve parties and Christmas Day mid-morning. Let's not go too early. That's Part 1. So that's today. Next week, Part 2, we'll be talking about what whiskies are good for Christmas dinner. What would you drink with game? What would you drink with beef? What would you drink with turkey? I've got 4 whiskies, 4 different bits of food. Which one is suited to which food? And Part 3, what whiskey are you going to have to top off Christmas Day? You've had a wonderful day, you've had great dinner, you've had great presents, great bit of family time, but what whiskey are you going to have when you're sat down with the family, having snacks, watching a film, sitting in front of the fire, relaxing, chilling, thinking about what a great Christmas this has been. That special moment with you and the family. That's Part 3. That's in 3 weeks' time. But today, Christmas Eve, you're having a bit of a party. You've got some friends round. You've got your family round. There's Christmas spirit. Everyone's in the Christmas mood, well, including this hat. What sort of whiskies should you go for? So this is obviously my opinion. However, I've picked 4 that I think are good, easy drinkers, because it's Christmas Eve. You don't want something heavy. You don't want something too, wow, this is a great whiskey. Christmas Eve's a fun time. Let's get moving. Let's get on it. Let's get some drinking. Let's get some good whiskey. So I've got 4 suggestions for you for a Christmas Eve party. Don't know what I was going to say there. Christmas Eve party. I've got the Glenfarne. This is a Speyside single malt whiskey. It's the pride of Speyside, and it is sweet. And it is. This is one I've raved about. It's cheap from supermarkets, and it's beautiful. Easy drinker, that. If you're new to whiskey and you're having a party and you think, I want some easy whiskey to share around, that's a good one to go to. It is sweet. It's Speyside. It's a very easy drinker. Now, I've also got here a Glenfiddich 12. Again, it's all down to taste. What do you like? This is, I'll read it to you so I get it right. This bright and balanced single malt is matured for 12 years in Oloroso sherry and bourbon casks before mellowing in oak marrying tuns. So this is a relatively easy one. I would say this is slightly, I'm going sort of up here, if that makes sense, with what sort of, not necessarily price, because again, this is relatively cheap, not in the same level as that, the Airstone, and this one here is the Johnny Walker Double Black. So they're the 4 I would suggest for Christmas Eve. So yeah, Glenfiddich, you're going to get the sherries there, you're going to get deep fruits, you're also going to get a slight sweetness, and with the oak, potentially a little bit of smoke. So you get a little bit of everything in the Glenfiddich 12 there. Moving on, the Airstone, a 10-year cask. Beautiful this. I do have one open. It is there. See that, my little hat? That's pretty cool, that. I like it. So, Airstone single malt sea cask. Smooth and easy, apparently. Well, it must be because I've got 2 bottles of the stuff, so it can't be too bad. I don't know if this is off-putting or what, but anyway. Matured for over 10 years in warehouse located near the sea. Okay, very smooth tasting whiskey with an air of sea salt on the finish. Yeah, they've got a land cask and a sea cask. So this was stored near the sea. I must admit, when I tried some of this, I was expecting a bit of a hit of salt, as you'd expect with it being the sea cask. Did not get that. But what I will say is it is different from the Glenfiddich. I feel this is quite a complex in the way it's trying to mix your sherries, fruits in there with the sweetness and the sort of the oaky smell. This one, if memory serves, I mean, it is a while since I've had this. It says smooth and easy. It is a smooth and easy one, which is why I picked it. I mean, I said I haven't had it in a while. 2 weeks? I suppose that's a while if you're a whiskey drinker. 2 weeks, I have not had some Airstone Sea Cask, but it's an easy one. It's a sort of go-to. These 4 bottles are what I would call Defender bottles. Now, I did an episode on bring out the Defender bottles a couple of weeks back now, where we talk about you got friends round, you got family round, you want to give them a whiskey, or they think, yes, I want some of the whiskey, give me the whiskey. Do you want to give them the good stuff that costs you 70 quid, 80 quid, 60 quid, 50 quid even? Do you? Exactly. Bring out your Defender bottles. All 4 of these are Defender bottles. I know this isn't a bottle, but it was. This is Johnny Walker Double Black. It's a blend. It's quite smoky. So it's relatively cheap. You know, I found it relatively cheap. All of them you can find relatively cheap, provided you look for them. You know, look for the offers. But that's smoky. It'll give you that little bit of a kick. And if you're sort of developing your whiskey taste, then that's a great one to have on an evening. Now, all of these, dare I say that horrible word, you could have as with a mixer, so Coca-Cola, lemonade, or whatever you choose. And if you're at a party or hosting a party and you take one of these 4 bottles of whiskey, you'll turn around and you'll say, right, okay, I'm taking this bottle of Glenfarne, and someone goes, oh, that's horrible, and bungs a load of Coke in it. You're not going to get too upset about them wasting a whiskey, really. And that's the same with all 4 of them, is that if someone decided to go, oh, I don't like that, I'm going to put a load of Coke with it, don't worry. And it's Christmas. Let things go. Let things go. So there we go. We've got your sweet Glenfarne, you sort of mixed ones with your fruits and your sweetness and a bit of smoke in that. You've got your Airstone Sea Cask here, which, you know what? Let's get this open. Let's get this one open. Let's have a little bit sweet, a little bit salty. I just do recall it's not as sweet as the Glenfarne. So maybe I should put those the other way around in sort of levels. But I'd keep it there. And then you've got your smoky one, as in your Johnny Walker Double Black. It is an absolute beaut. So there we go. 12 whiskies of Christmas. 4 whiskies there for a Christmas Eve party. Or even if you've woken up in the morning, you've had your breakfast, everyone's getting in a mood, everyone's starting to open presents, you think, I fancy a cheeky little dram, then there you go. You got 4 here to go to. Like easy drink, nothing heavy, nothing serious, bosh. Thank you very much. I'll have one of them. And that's it. 12 whiskies of Christmas. Next week on the Whiskey Burn, the 12 whiskies of Christmas, we'll be looking at 4 whiskies that you can have with 4 different flavours of food. Whiskey that complements food, and food that complements your whiskey. So to end with, obviously it is Christmas. I will go for the Glenfarne because it's an absolute beaut. So cheeky little dram of that. And make sure you watch last week's episode because we're talking about what do you want for Christmas and what do you want to get someone for Christmas. So I'm getting toffee notes in that. Very sweet, very nice. Easy drink, easy smell. And remember, if you open a fresh bottle of that, it will taste and smell absolutely unique. So, the 12 Whiskies of Christmas, Part 1. Enjoy your whiskey. Sláinte.